Set in the distant future amidst a sprawling interstellar society, Frank Herbert's Dune delves into the complex political landscape of mankind's long-standing Imperium, whose government is arranged in a tiered system. In this video, I'd like to examine the structure of government in the Imperium and how it influences the politics therein. Spoiler warning if you are unfamiliar with Frank Herbert's Dune Saga. At the pinnacle of the Imperium's political structure stands the Padishah Emperor, the ruler of the universe who wields immense power and influence. The Emperor is the ultimate authority in the Imperium, and his decisions are final, with no room for challenge. The Emperor's power is reinforced by the Sardaukar, an elite military force feared throughout the universe for their brutality and efficiency. Through the Sardaukar, the Emperor can enforce his will upon the various factions of the Imperium and maintain his grip on power. However, the Emperor's power is not absolute. The Landsraad and the Spacing Guild both possess considerable influence and act as counterweights to the Emperor's authority. This delicate balance of power forces the Emperor to navigate the treacherous waters of the Imperium's politics, relying on a combination of diplomacy, manipulation, and the threat of force to maintain control. Beneath the Emperor, the Landsraad is the next tier in the Imperium's power structure. Composed of the Great Houses, the Landsraad is a legislative and advisory body that functions as a counterbalance to the power of the Emperor. Each Great House is a powerful, aristocratic family that typically governs a planetary fief and holds significant influence in the politics of the universe. The Great Houses derive their power from their control over the production and distribution of valuable resources throughout the Empire. The Houses' cooperation and rivalry form the basis of the complex political landscape in Dune. Alliances are regularly forged and broken as houses jockey for position and influence within the Landsraad. Depending on the current political climate, this delicate balance of power can sway in favor of the Emperor or the Landsraad. The next tier in the Imperium's political structure consists of the minor houses and Siridar fiefs. Minor houses are smaller, less influential noble families that often owe allegiance to one or more of the great houses. Siridar fiefs are planets or territories ruled by a Siridar, a lesser noble or governor appointed by a great house or the Emperor. Both the minor houses and Siridar fiefs contribute to the larger political landscape, as their loyalties and alliances can shift the balance of power within the Empire. Serving as an essential undercurrent in the politics of Dune are the Fa-Felushas, a rigid hierarchy that delineates the roles and responsibilities of each social class, from the Emperor and the great houses at the top to the commoners and slaves at the bottom. This social structure permeates every aspect of life in the Imperium, reinforcing the authority and responsibilities of the ruling class and maintaining a sense of order and stability within the Empire. The great and minor houses all hold shares in CHOAM, a powerful galaxy-wide economic organization responsible for overseeing the trade of essential resources throughout the Imperium. The Imperial House controls the majority of the shares, and as a result, the Emperor controls its management and its board of directors. CHOAM is effectively a monopoly, operating much like a publicly held company, granting its directors immense wealth and power. This organization plays a crucial role in the power structure of the Imperium, as control over CHOAM's resources can directly impact the fortunes of the ruling factions. Despite their lack of overt political power, a few secretive societies which operate on the fringes of civilization wield considerable influence within the Imperium. The Bene Gesserit is an order of women with seemingly superhuman abilities. They are able to control others through the use of their voice and can gain access to their ancestral memories. They operate from the shadows, manipulating the bloodlines of the great houses and influencing the course of history to further their own clandestine agenda. Their influence is subtle yet profound, as they are installed as concubines and servants throughout the political power structure of the Imperium, working to guide the fate of humanity from behind the scenes. Another secretive, enigmatic society is the Bene Tleilax, known for their mastery of genetic manipulation and cloning. They produce desirable yet morally questionable products to the houses of the Imperium. Among their creations are the Face Dancers, shape-shifting assassins capable of taking on the appearance of any individual, and Twisted Mentats, who work outside universally approved ethical boundaries. Although the Bene Tleilax do not hold direct political power, the value of their products ensures their survival and grants them significant, though largely indirect, power in the Imperium. Another powerful faction that works within morally gray boundaries are the Ixians. Like the Bene Tleilax, they walk a fine line between autonomy and the scrutiny of the major factions. The Ixians are a technologically advanced society that produces cutting-edge machines and devices, despite the strict anti-technology laws that came in the wake of the ancient Machine Crusade. Their innovations grant them a degree of influence within the Imperium, as their products, from Spacing Guild highliners to hunter-seekers, are highly sought after by the great houses and other factions. By far the most powerful of the non-political organizations is the Spacing Guild, who holds a monopoly on interstellar travel in the Imperium. Using the prescient abilities granted by the consumption of melange, their navigators are able to safely guide ships through the vast reaches of space. The Guild is responsible for the rapid and safe transportation of people, goods, and information between planets, making them essential for the functioning of the Empire. The Spacing Guild's monopoly grants them tremendous influence and unmatched wealth. They stay out of the political arena, focusing instead on maintaining the flow of spice and preserving their monopoly. The one exception to the Spacing Guild's political neutrality is their unwavering commitment to the preservation of the spice supply. As their steersmen are dependent on melange to navigate the stars, and considering the deadly effects of withdrawal, the Spacing Guild will do whatever it takes to protect the flow of spice from Arrakis. In this way, they indirectly shape the political landscape of the Imperium, as the other factions must remain mindful of the Guild's interests when making decisions that could impact the production or distribution of spice. The complex and intricately layered structure of government in Frank Herbert's Dune reflects the rich and diverse universe it inhabits. From the Emperor's absolute authority to the great houses' shifting allegiances, the political landscape is shaped by a delicate balance of power. Clandestine organizations further complicate matters by exerting their influence from the shadows. Meanwhile, the Spacing Guild maintains a cautious neutrality, intervening only to protect the vital flow of spice. Together, these elements create a dynamic foundation and a captivating tapestry of power and intrigue that is integral to the enduring appeal of Herbert's masterpiece. But I'm curious to know what you think of the politics of Frank Herbert's Dune. Is there a particular element of the power structure of the Imperium that stands out to you? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe for more Dune and other sci-fi and fantasy news and lore. Thank you all so much for your support, and as always, have a very nerdy day.